Hey everyone. As you can see, I am in a little different spot. I thought I'd change up the background a little bit. Sitting actually at the piano. Um, that's all you're getting. Okay, before I go into all the stuff that's happened in the last couple of weeks, and there's a lot, I just have to say how there are so many words and there are no words. Mortified, disappointed. But disappointed is not strong enough. Furious, incredibly saddened, and frustrated. I could go on with what happened yet again yesterday in the United States with another school shooting. Even though I'm no longer a resident in that country, it's still my country. It's where I spent 99% of my life at this point. And I'm just disgusted with it right now. And I hold those who continue to vote against gun laws, restricting gun restrictions, assault weapon bans, these sorts of things that could help. I hold them directly responsible. They are murderers. Plain and simple, they're murderers. We've now had, if you're not in the U.S., you hear no more about what goes on in the U.S. than most of the Americans. There have been more school shootings than days in this year so far. And that's just school shootings. That doesn't count what happened in Buffalo the last couple of weeks. It doesn't count a coworker of one of my best friends at Goldman Sachs being murdered on the subway. That doesn't even count all of that. Just school shootings. There have been over 200 in the last, this year so far. I'm going to refrain from using language, but it's beyond comprehension that something drastic is not being done. And I hold Democrats as responsible, not as responsible, but there's got to be a way of getting beyond all of this BS and all of the keeping things from happening. I'm not sure how. Maybe there isn't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Democrats are doing whatever they can. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling that it's the priority. Right now, it's the priority. And I don't know what can be done, but something has to be done, or that country is gone. It's gone. Nobody respects it at this point anymore anyway. So, everybody has to do something at this point. Voters vote out these people that are killing our children. All right. Sorry, as you can imagine, I'm feeling very upset and passionate about this, as you can tell. How could you not? But I feel like when I heard the news yesterday, I let out this. I saw what somebody said, another school shooting or something on Facebook, and I'm like, oh gosh, what was this? And I saw the name of the school, and I looked it up, And when I saw 19 kids and 2 adults, I actually sort of fell over. I had to hold onto a building. I went like dizzy for a minute and let out a cry over at I can never say this word, Zoologischer station. Yeah, I've been working, a lot with kids, and they're very lucky here that they don't have to worry about this. Very lucky. Well, anywhere else, just about. Almost anywhere in the world, any first world country anyway, kids don't have to worry about this. So get your act together, U.S., because I think a lot of people believe, as we are now. All right. I just needed to say something and address it because, it's such a massive, important thing. My life, some frustrating things and some good things. Starting back at May 9th, I went to a really wonderful concert at the New York. Sorry. It was at the Berlin Philharmonic venue, but it wasn't the Berlin Philharmonic. It was an orchestra from Frankfurt. And they were doing 4 contemporary pieces. Some by people I'd heard of, Messiaen and George Crumb. And, well, here's the program. I'll show you. And I'll tell you, the first and last pieces especially were just incredible. They were like mesmerizingly life-changing sounds I'd never heard before. Really incredible works. I would say go listen to them. The George Crumb piece, and now I can't remember the last one's name, French name, not Vierne. That's another composer. Anyway, it's on the photo of the program. You'll see it. Listen to his music. He sadly was killed by a prostitute at a rather young age, and so he never really gained the notoriety he should have, I think. Anyway, beautiful concert. The next day, I went to a dermatologist. Oh, wasn't that fun? And as you may notice, this little thing is gone over here, as well as a few others. I didn't go for that reason. I went because of something on my back that was worrisome. Turned out to be nothing, thank goodness. And the doctor was very nice, and it was a nice experience. So I'm all good. I'm cleaned up. He says I look 10 years younger. I'm not sure. Anyway, so that was nice. If you could call going to the doctor nice. The next day I went with my opera singer friend to the Wannsee, and it was beautiful. It was a lovely day, and we did the boat tour on the lake. It's sort of a river and a lake. It's kind of a combination of lakes and rivers. There's the Grosser and the Kleiner Wannsee. And the homes are just beautiful around there. I know that there's some history there as well, with the Final Solution document being started there, or being gone, put into effect there. So there's a little blemish on it there, but in that way, and I wasn't actually sure which building it was, but because the tour was in German, so I thought, that's okay, I'll just enjoy it, and I still enjoyed it. It was a beautiful day, and it was just nice to be on the boat and getting some sun. I do have a little color still. Anyway, the next day, I went to look at an apartment in Köpenick. No, Köpenick is too far. Köpenick is too difficult to get to. Köpenick is really cute. I really liked the area. but the S-Bahn that goes there goes every 20 minutes instead of, every 3, 4 minutes like most of them. And it took forever to get out there, and I'd feel very isolated. And plus, I'd have to rip out the kitchen that is in there because it's not usable for me. It had no oven, 2-burner stove. It wasn't an empty kitchen, but it was just not a usable kitchen for me. And a prostitute lived underneath. There's some kind of theme going on with prostitutes. Okay, that wasn't a big deal, but it was just too far out. It was a cute old building, but yeah, I just wasn't feeling it. I'm not home enough to deal with ripping apart and building a whole new kitchen. I'm just not around enough. So that one, I mean, I don't know if they would have picked me anyway, but I had decided to not go forward with that one. The next day, I was busy this week. Went to Gardens of the World with with some new friends that I had made here, and it was very nice. It's a strange place. It's oddly put together, but it's beautiful, and great views from up on that tower thing that they built, and then we walked around to all the different gardens. There's some beautiful spots. And then afterwards, we went to get Sri Lankan food in Friedrichshain, and it was one of the best meals I've had in the city. Sigiyara, I think it's called, Sigiyara, and it's near Boxhagener Platz. Delicious food, really just, the chicken was perfect. It wasn't that plastic chicken, which I've had again at another place last week. But this place, it was falling off the bone the way I like it, the way it should be. Anyway, delicious, delicious food. Then the next day, I went with another friend, part of the Italian clan, and she invited me to a concert. I didn't know what it was going to be. It was one of these, tiny little black boxy theaters. This one was in Prenzlauer Berg, and it was an all-female concert of avant-garde improvisational stuff, 2 different groups. And the first one especially, I really, really enjoyed. They did Italian partisan songs, but they riffed on them in avant-garde arrangements, a violinist and a cellist. And they did some insanely interesting things. Sounds, you never thought these instruments could make. And I was really moved by it. It was really cool. And it was, it felt cool to be there. And it's kind of what I wanted in Berlin. It's one of those experiences I really wanted. Very, this little building you didn't even know was there, and some great music going on, and a little club like that. I loved it. I felt really good when I left there. People were outside dining on the street and on the sidewalks, not in the street, but in the sidewalks. And I thought, yeah, this is what I moved here for. So really cool. Then the next day I left to go to Uelzen. Uelzen. I think I'm saying it right. All right, I'll quickly go through some issues and some good things. I didn't really get to see Uelzen itself so much, the Altstadt, but the trip out there was fine. My co-teachers were great. 4 young women and 1 old man, me. The hotel was a very long walk from where we were teaching. It was about a 35-minute walk, walking pretty fast. And it was hot and humid. So that was not making me happy. We did end up taking a cab a couple times. The hotel itself was very strange. It was comfortable, but one day the hot water didn't work. The Wi-Fi never worked, which was a problem because I had to teach my Brooklyn class, but I ended up doing it on my phone. The drapes were ripped off their track or whatever by one of the workers there. I don't know It was very strange. They fixed it, but like, why did that happen? Anyway, we went out for dinner the first night there and had some American food. It was like an American-themed restaurant there. And there was this enormous pulled pork sandwich I had, which I really couldn't even barely eat. But it was good. And the third day there, I went with the kids to Haida Park, which was really fun. It was the kids were great, and I went on most of the big roller coasters there, because I love roller coasters, and a few other rides, and that was really fun. The kids were great. They were a little difficult at times. They were a rowdy bunch, but we were able to get our shows put up and had a performance at the end, and it was all fine. The train ride home was a disaster. My coworkers wanted to take an earlier train than the one we had seats on. So we ended up on a train sitting on the floor because there were no seats, in between two trains by the bathroom, and it was delayed, and a 45-minute ride was 3 hours. It was very hot. I had a big altercation almost with the train worker who was giving out water to people, but not to us. And then he left, and I was actually feeling faint. So I went after him and said, "Can we get water back there?" He goes, "Are you in train 10?" And I'm like, "I don't know what train we're in, but we're a couple back." So he's like, "What do you think I'm holding in my hands?" It was a box, I guess, of water. It was closed. I didn't know what was in it. He comes down there and he starts handing it out to other people again. And I went up and I said, "Can I just get a water?" And he goes, "I'm coming." And I said, "All right." And I said, so I went back, and he came and he threw the box of water at me and left. And I thought, I'm sorry, what a bleep, bleep, bleep. But we got some water, and it helped. It did help me. And we eventually got home, thank goodness. Then I worked for 3 days at 3 different schools, doing one-day things in the Berlin area, being up at 5 in the morning. It was exhausting. I'm tired. I'm okay today, but I'm tired. But it's the first day off I've had in a while. So yesterday's was especially nice. We were songwriting, and I met one really sweet boy who was a 9th grader, who was the grandson of a famous conductor, Jurowski, who I'd heard of. So that was really nice, and we wrote some cute songs, and that was good. Oh gosh, a few more things before I leave, because I see my time is running out on my phone. Okay, so I found a new Indian restaurant that has dosas, which is a southern Indian dish that I love, and it was a good one, and I was very happy. It's near Nollendorf Platz. And I may have some possible other job situations. School got in touch with me, and I may have an interview with them. I may have a new student, and what is it with flies? My roommate loves the windows and doors all open and the flies in, and I'm like, what's with the flies? He loves them. Okay, that's making me crazy. Hi. Okay. I was able, oops, the phone. I realized I deleted some videos, but I didn't empty the trash, and that's why the time was like, oh my God, I got to get this done. Okay, but just to finish up, yeah, my roommate loves flies in the house. I hate them, and mosquitoes and everything flying in, and it makes me a little crazy. So, it's his apartment, so I can't do anything about it. I am still looking for an apartment, as I said. So, if anybody knows of anything, please let me know. I'm writing about 6 places. I'm talking to everybody. I have all these friends and everybody writing their friends, and I think I'm doing everything I can do. So I'm bringing it up, as some of you suggested, where I'm meeting other people. I bring it up as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Um, but yeah, the fly thing is really weird. Okay. I told friends, I'm like, ew, in the U.S., because we don't do that. We have screens on our windows, and we don't leave the doors wide open. We just don't do that. I mean, outside, I know you have to encounter bugs, but I don't want them in where I live and on my food and all of that. Okay. I think that's all. I just wanted to finish that thought up. Um, no, a couple other quickie things. I ate 2 kilos of spargel, and I am spargled out. It's really good. I do like it, but it was like enough. So I made, though, a really nice spargel risotto, and that was good. And yeah, I think that's enough with the white spargel anyway. And my friend I had dinner with last night from Wiesbaden. My friend came up. Her and her husband are here for a few days, so I'll be seeing them again tomorrow evening. Today I'm going to go have lunch with a friend. My class in the U.S. has their show tonight, so I'll be done with that job for a while. So we'll see what happens. And next week I'm off to Augsburg. And I'm looking forward to that. And then I go from there to Schwäbisch Hall. And then I'm back. And I'll be back in Berlin for about 3 weeks at that point. I'll be working at some schools in Berlin. So I'll be here, and that'll be helpful as far as, looking for an apartment and stuff. Because right now it's hard to do when I'm not here. Oh, you can hear a lovely siren. Anyway, thank you all. A lot of information today, I know, but it's been an eventful couple of weeks. And if you've got kids, give them a hug. I know you probably will anyway, but give them an extra special hug today, because there's a lot of parents out there right now who can't. Okay. Thank you all, and we'll see you next time. Ciao. Tschüss. Hey, just a quick correction. There have been 27 school shootings this year so far. There have been over 200 mass murders in the U.S. this year so far. That's killing more than 4 or more people. That's the number that I quoted in earlier is for mass shootings, not school shootings. All of it's horrifying. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I mean, it matters, but at this point, the numbers are so ridiculous that it's, and what's going on with my hair. Okay. That's all. Just wanted to put a little addendum on here, and make sure the facts were correct. Okay. You can see I'm in a different shirt. It's a different day. Okay. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.